Cat Matlala has just made an explosive allegation at the Madlanga Commission, claiming Mr. Maluleka was approached to testify in support of General Feroz Khan. But according to Matlala, Maluleka allegedly wanted money and a promotion in exchange. Matlala says Maluleka was even recorded discussing these demands. But Matlala claims he refused to get involved, telling Maluleka that he had no interest in the matter. Now the big questions are, who approached Maluleka? Why was he allegedly being offered benefits? And what exactly is on the recording? These are allegations that the Commission will have to examine. What do you think? Was someone allegedly trying to influence a witness? Drop your thoughts in the comments, like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share it so more people can hear this explosive testimony. Watch the full clip and tell us what you think. Roll the
it's not related to the Medicare 24 contract.
It is indirectly related to it. As I said, my client is not an attorney or an advocate. He doesn't understand the legal, the finer points of the law in as much as how you indicate direct or indirect or related to.
Chair. My challenge is if we approach matters on that basis, then anything that was discussed on that one occasion, including any potential Christmas gifts, cannot be discussed, simply because the Medicare 24 contract happened to be discussed in that meeting. Now, Mr. Matlala has specifically, as the chair points out, that there were other matters discussed that are unrelated to Medicare 24. Now, if Ms. Van de Heefe wants the matter to be parked, as she suggests, the least she could do, I would suggest, is to advance a legal basis to the commissioners for why this matter should be parked. I do not see, even if she were able to, I do not see why the witness cannot comment just in general on the topics that were discussed and the detail to be unpacked in the supplementary statement. Thank you, Chair.
Chairperson, on that issue, if necessary, I will file a substantive application to deal with it and ask that that application be heard in camera. Thank you.
I just want to be sure, is the point the simple one that the other issues that were discussed, which Mr. Matlala says are not related to Medicare 24, but which you say are indirectly related to Medicare 24, that Mr. Matlala is claiming the privilege not to incriminate himself. Is that your point, Ms. Van den Heefe?
My point actually goes further, Chairperson, and that's why I say, with the greatest of respect, allow us the opportunity on that issue alone to set it out, file a substantive application, and set out to you the reasons as to why we believe it should not be dealt with in an open forum.
But in broad and general terms, why can't we hear now what the extension beyond the privilege is, in broad general terms, not any detail?
Chairperson, then I'm going to ask that I just deal with this issue with the client during tea time, and that we then come back after tea time to that particular issue. I need to take an instruction on him as to exactly how he feels comfortable in me addressing you on that issue. As I said, please understand it clearly, this is not to interfere with the flow of what we're busy with. But I also have my client's interest at heart when I address this issue. But I'm quite willing to have a quick discussion with him during the tea period and come back to this to see how we can deal with it.
Perhaps in the interest of time, Ms. Silo, for now, let's just park the issue and revisit it when we come back after the tea.
I'm happy to do so, and I see perhaps it is about that tea time, but if I could just conclude on paragraph 15, and then we'll revert to this issue. Mr. Matlala has got a full appreciation of the fact that the other issues that were discussed bear no bearing on the Medicare 24 contract, and that's the understanding that he gave to the commission, to the commissioners in response to a question, and he is very clear about that. But we shall park the matter and we will pick it up after tea. For the moment, then, Mr. Matlala Matlala, let's go to your paragraph 15.3. This time you're addressing your relationship with Lieutenant General Fanny Molefe. If you could read the contents of 15.3 to the record.
I place on record that I do not have any relationship with Lieutenant General Molefe Fanny. I have never met him and have had no interactions with him, nor have I been at any gatherings where he was present.
And that will then lead us to your paragraph 15.4, where you specifically then deal with your relationship with Major General Khan.
I place on record that I do not have any relationship with Major General Khan. I have never met him and have had no interactions with him, nor have I been at any gatherings where he was present. It suffices to say that I do not know him.
And I take it that if one has regard to paragraph 2.2 of the notice of the 10-6 notice, that insofar as both Lieutenant General Fanny Molefe and Major General Feroz Khan, you cannot speak to the issues raised in paragraphs 2.2.1 to 2.2.7, because you, as you say, you do not know them at all, and therefore the issues that are raised in those subparagraphs do not arise in regard to them. Is that your position?
Yes, of course.
Thank you.
Let us adjourn and resume.
I'm not sure about the date, but it's in 2025. I think around March, but I'm not sure.
And where?
It was in Durban.
And if I then may just follow up on that, who initiated the meeting?
I asked for the meeting.
Now, I understand then that the detail of what was discussed regarding the Medicare 24 contract, for which you invoke your rights as an accused, as well as the discussion around the warrant of arrest in respect of the Johannesburg court case, the detail will be provided in the supplementary statement.
Yes.
And in respect of both, you invoke your right not to self-incriminate.
Yes.
Is that okay? Just checking.
I just ask one more
Yes.
question, sorry. Is this the same meeting where General Senona was present?
Yes, that's correct.
Is that the same one?
Yes.
He's already testified as regards the date and time. So I think he said it was in April.
April. Okay.
Thank you, Commissioner. And you will accept that date of the April because you say it's the one occasion?
Yes.
Okay. This then would lead us to your paragraph 16, starting at the bottom of page 13. Considering the issue, which was you were to speak to Major General Khan's disciplinary hearing, and then including communication between Mr. Mokhodzi and Mr. Maluleka, and you've testified as you have. I'm not sure I understand, or I'm clarified in my mind, what evidence could you potentially give at the disciplinary hearing? What evidence were you being requested to provide at the hearing?
I don't know. I will be lying. I don't know.
And you don't know in relation to what aspect of the disciplinary?
What I know is it had to do with General Khan, and then what was the details of the disciplinary hearing, that I don't know.
Besides testifying, what role did you understand was required of you? What role did you understand was expected of you?
Of me?
Yes, in all of this,
No, it's not all. There was no role. I think Mr. Madlanga wanted to do me a favor.
Yes.
Because of he was under the impression that at that point I'm not in good terms with the police.
Yes.
So then the very same police, they are the same people who asked him to come and testify. So he wanted to do me a favor and then testify in favor of the person that they wanted to discipline, I think.
Okay.
Oh, okay, so maybe the misunderstanding was mine. You were not being required to go testify.
No, not
That was-
myself.
okay.
No.
Then I think I misheard you.
Now, can I just clarify, Mr. Matlala, the favor that you say you think he wanted to do you a favor?
Yes.
The favor would have been what? That General Khan is acquitted?
Yes, yes.
Okay, thank you.
Can I just, sorry, Mr. Law. Did you speak to Mr. Maluleka when you offered him a place to stay? Who actually spoke to him and arranged a place for him to stay?
I went to see him at the hospital, and then after he got out of the hospital, there's a guy who stays at it's a cottage.
Yes.
So I connected him with that guy, and then he went there.
But he did speak to you,
Who?
Mr. Maluleka.
Yes.
And then you say when there was a raid at your house, you also told him about that.
Yes.
So you spoke to him
Yes.
on at least 2 occasions.
No, couple of times, not two.
Couple of
times. Yes.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. You say he called you and he offered to help you open a case. Did he say how he came to know you had been raided?
Did he say
What did he say was the purpose of his call?
to help me to open a case?
Following the raid on your house?
Yes.
Did he say how he got to know that fact, that your house was raided?
Hence, I think earlier I just mentioned that I know how now, but then I did not know.
Okay, how now?
So I'm saying the names of the people who I don't want to mention those names.
Okay.
Of how did he end up knowing me? Because it's part of the people who are under investigation and myself, so I do not want to go there.
So, are these members of SAPS or are these civilians? No, there are 62 million people at least in this country. You are safe if you say civilians. No one can take an educated guess.
One is a civilian, yes, and one is a member of SAPS.
Okay. Now, are these names you are willing to disclose confidentially to the Commission in your supplementary statement?
Yeah, they will be disclosed in my supplementary.
Okay. Now, most importantly, you were a businessman at that time. You've just been raided by people you say you were not sure were even police because you were worried. You were not sure whether police were raided your home or whether you had been robbed. You had that concern with you. No. Why did you accept an offer of help from somebody you don't know the first thing about? Why didn't you suspect that there's something fishy? Why should somebody come out of the blue to help me go open a case on a raid I have just experienced? I ask this to say, perhaps, I don't know, he must have said something to you that made you confident to conclude that you are dealing with a legitimate person. And if he did, what that something could potentially be? What could he have said to you?
What he said to me is he's from the office of the minister.
Yes.
And then by that time, out of frustration, I didn't even think that far, that how did he end up?
Okay.
By now, like I said, I know.
Okay. Did he ever offer you, did he ever help you with the opening?
No.
Okay. Now, I am aware that you say you only got to know of him after around the time of the raid of your house. We know that is the 6th of December. Did you subsequently develop a relationship with him, whether as a friend or?
After he asked money, I knew this guy is not what he says he is, so I didn't have any relationship with him.
You didn't have any relationship with him?
No.
You say for January 8, you paid 150,000.
Yes.
Why would you do that? What would you be getting in return for that?
It was because of the advice from the former minister, Tegitele.
What would have been the purpose of paying 150,000? What did Mr. Gele say to you would be the purpose of paying 150,000?
To make him not doubt that I no longer trust him. Maybe he will end up leading us to.
Okay.
Sorry?
In order, I was following you. Please go ahead.
No, I'm saying it's because not to give him any suspicion that I no longer trust him.
Okay. So did you give any more?
No.
Give him any more?
No.
Chairperson, I'd just like the witness to finish the answer where he said it was to lead him to, you can just complete that portion.
No, absolutely. I apologize if I interrupted you. So let's take a step back, and it sounds like that there's an answer I might have interrupted and it's incomplete.
Yes, because he said he was from the Minister of the Police.
Yes.
And then the former Minister of Police, the other, Mr. Begitele, he said that giving him money, because he strongly believed that this guy, he is working with the Minister of the current Minister then he thought by giving him money, I will end up getting close to them, to him and the former Minister. The other former minister, let me just mention that because there's two ministers. I'm talking about Mr. Mkhunu. Yes, Brown said, Mr. Taylor said that maybe he will lead us to Mr. Mkhunu.
Okay. Can I just ask so the raid is on the 6th of December, if I recall,
Yes.
2024. This was for the January 2025 ANC celebration.
Yes.
Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Which is the 8th of January.
Yes.
So within that month, you gave him this 150,000.
Yes.
Okay. 2, when...
Sorry, and I also paid for the flight tickets. I didn't mention that.
Okay, so you paid more than 150,000 in that month. And then 2, when you say that former Minister Cele said to you, give him the money, now that he's asking, give him the money, then maybe it will lead us to the minister. To what? What exactly were you discussing that he will lead you to discover? Exactly.
This is according to Mr. Cele. He said to me, Mr. Senzo wants to fire General Khumalo and hire General and replace him with General Khan to that position of crime intelligence. So, and then, yes, he said, yeah, that's what I can remember on top of my head.
But he was hoping it would lead you to that plan.
Commissioner, I will do this, so I will just, because I'll make a supplementary affidavit, so I will just have to put it in details, even this statement, so that I can...
No, that's fine. I'm happy that you deal with it further in your supplementary. Thank you.
Did you ever get to meet Mr. Brown Mokgotsi? Because in your statement you mentioned the phone calls. Did you ever get to meet him and under what circumstances?
Yes, I met him.
When? And under what circumstances?
After the first call that he made, after the call, I met him in Sheraton Hotel next to the Union Buildings.
Yes.
Discussing that he will investigate these things from the minister's office. He even made a call in front of me, pretending to call the minister, or whether it was the minister, that I cannot confirm. So yes, I will say I met him.
Was it once?
I also met him in the other hotel in Johannesburg. I met him twice, the hotel in Johannesburg, the Houghton Hotel.
Did he assist you to open a case against the police?
He actually tried because he connected me with I just forgot the name, somewhere in Soweto, in Pretoria. Protea North. But that case was never registered.
Was he there when you went to?
He was not there. He was not there.
He just connected you with somebody who was there?
Yes.
Okay.
And at paragraph 24, you are responding to the question posed at 2.5.7, and here you were requested to speak to your relationship, if any, to Mr. Brown Mokgotsi. You deal with that at page 24, starting at paragraph 16.
I I can confirm that I came to know of Mr. Brown Mokhoti when he called me at the time that the SAPS had raided my house. Prior to this incident, I had no dealings with Brown Mokhoti. Brown Mokhoti impersonated to me that he was from the office of the Minister of Police, and it will appear that he was using his strategy to entice me into giving him financial assistance.
Now, then you say prior to this incident, you had no dealings with Mr. Brown Mokhotsi. I'm reading your second sentence. Did you know him prior to him making this call to you?
No.
So with that statement that you had no prior dealings with him, it includes the fact that you didn't know him?
Yes, I've never, yes.
You had never met him before?
No.
You had never had any communication with him?
No.
Now, the raid at your house, if I understand it correctly, was the 6th of December 2024.
Yes.
So that is the operative date. And you indicate here that he called you at the time that SEPS raided your house.
Not the day, I think I'll say, the raid was on Friday, I remember.
Yes.
He called me, I think, on Sunday, 2 days
Okay.
after, yes.
So when you say at the time, you mean within a period around the date of the raid
Yes.
itself. And this, you are receiving a call code from somebody you don't know, you've never heard of before?
Yes.
And is there anything specific about this call that you think might be of relevance to the commission? Why are you putting it as a marker for a time frame?
Yes, he called and then he said to me, he's calling from the office of the minister.
Okay.
And then he's here to help me to open the case against the police.
Okay.
So I will say this, let me just go back and say why was he saying this? Because the following day, on Saturday after the raid, I was not sure whether those people are the police or not because they were wearing balaclavas. And then they took my cell phones and my company firearms and my personal firearm. So I thought I was robbed. So I went to the police station the following day. And then I wanted to open a case. So when I was busy giving the police the statement, and I think by the time they were supposed to register the case or something, they just realized that no, these were actually real police because those firearms, if they were taken by thieves, they were not going to book them in the what is it called, the SAP 13 in the police station. So by then now I knew that those were police because of they booked in my firearms. But still they did not register my case.
Okay.
So it was on Saturday when I went to open a case the following morning. So on Sunday, Commissioner, you know, some of the things that I wouldn't want to comment on them because it's things that I say I would feel like I will incriminate myself. But let me not. I want to proceed with this testimony, but let me please not mention some of the things. Maybe in my supplementary affidavit, I don't know how we will deal with it. But let me just proceed, and then you will tell me where you need clarity, and then we can take it from there. So.
Yes, go ahead.
Yes. On Sunday, when he called me, he said he wants to help me in regards with opening a case against the police. And then I was interested because I wanted to open a case of harassment. And then that's when I got to know of him. And then especially when he said he's from the Minister of the Police, and then because I know that there by the police station they refused to open a case against the police, then he was willing to assist. So I think when they came for the second time for the raid, he asked money from me. He said he wants to bring experts from the police to do the investigation to find out who are these people who came to my house. But by then he wanted money. And then, yes, I gave him that money. I think it was 20,000, I think. He said we must book accommodation for those investigators. So, that's when he started to raise a red flag for me that why would your police need money to do an investigation? But anyway, I gave him the money. And then when the police now came to my office, raided my office and went back to my house looking for me because of they were supposed to charge me because I was not supposed to have a spare key of my office where I keep my firearms, which I did not know that is unlawful. So they said they wanted to arrest me for that thing. So they came to my house to arrest me for that. So, but I was not at home. So on my way to my house, I found out that the police are there already. My wife called me when I was on my way home, said the police are here. They're looking for you. But what worried me is the police were wearing balaclavas again, and then but I'm supposed to be charged for a case of having a spare key of your own safe. So I had my own suspicions that something must be wrong here. They will just send a normal investigators, maybe with police in uniform, but not people with rifles and balaclavas for a spare key. So that's when I got engaged with Brown a lot, Mkhotsi a lot. And then he said to me, yes, he will help, and then to get to the bottom of this and find out who are these people actually. But at some point, I got a call from a person who was very close to the former minister. And he said, the former minister of police. And he said to me, listen, because that thing now was in the media. I've already opened, by then I've already, what is it called? That agent interdict, the High Court interdict, agent application. I've already done that to stop harassment, and it's already even in the media. So this guy called me and said, listen, I see you're having problems here. Come to KZN, then I have someone who will help you with this problem. Then that's when I got to know the former minister of police, Mr. Begitele. So when I got to Mr. Begitele, I'm still on Baron Mkhotsi anyway, not, but I want to give you the context of when I was with Mr. Begitele, I showed him that, listen, this guy, I showed him my communication with him. He claims that he's from the Minister of Police, but he wants money from me, and then he also says that I was helped them with the, what is it called? There's this function that ANC holds every year in January. I don't know what is it called. So, but he wanted money for that also. So, and then that's when the former minister of police said to me, you know what, continue giving this guy money. Maybe if you do that, then he will lead us to, because he's saying that he's close with the minister of police. And then what are they doing, asking for money is something that is unlawful. Maybe if we can get to the bottom of this. So that's when I kept on sending Brown Mkhotsi money. So I paid also 150,000 to his account for that January 8th celebration of the ANC.
Now, I just want to retrace our steps